am Desola, an inspirational singer, songwriter, and music artist with a story rooted in passion and purpose. Music has always been more than a sound to me, it's a deep, spiritual connection. Growing up, it shaped my teenage years, gave me strength, and ignited a love I couldn't ignore. Though I'd sung with different groups, it wasn't until 2014 that I fully embraced the call. That year, I released my debut album, Rest, and launched it with a sold-out show. That night confirmed everything, I was right where I was meant to be. My sound blends the soul of gospel, the smooth tones of jazz, the rhythm of R&B, and the spirit of neo-soul. I pour my heart into every lyric, and by God's grace, it's resonated with listeners far and wide. Over the years, I've been honored with awards and recognition. In 2016, I won the Gospel Touch Music Awards, Critics' Choice, and in 2018, the People's Choice Award. That same year, I was nominated for the African Music and Media Awards, Discovery Artist of Excellence. In 2019, the BEFTA Awards named me Best Gospel Artist, and I received nominations from Kenya for Best Album, Best Worship Song, and more. In 2018, I released my second album, Intimacy. It opened new doors, more awards, airplay on TBN UK, and top 3 tracks on the UK Christian chart. I've shared the stage with legends like Anastasia Baker and Erica Campbell of Mary Mary, and performed in iconic venues like the O2 Shepherd's Bush Empire, Vortex Jazz Club, and Hootenanny Brixton. In 2024, I was named UK Female Artist of the Year at the WWGMA, a milestone leading into something even greater. On March 8, 2025, I celebrated 10 years in music with a sold-out concert at the Dugdale Arts Centre in London. That night, I introduced songs from my upcoming album, Love and Light, a project born from John 3 verse 16 and John 1 verse 4, expressing God's love in every note. I sing to inspire, to uplift, and to remind people of hope. My mission is clear, to help others not just stand, but thrive, grounded in faith, wrapped in love, and shining in light.
What an introduction there from the wonderful announcer. Your bio reads like you should be going for Grammys and Oscars, you know?
I'll go check it again. I'll go check it again.
That is what you call pow wow 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 wow.
I'll go and check it again.
Well, it is beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the lovely Desola in the Soul Food Studio today. We're super excited to have her here. As you heard, multi-award-winning gospel entertainer. You know, we've got it all with her, and I've seen her live, so you're getting the real deal and the full package today. Super excited to have you here. Desola, how have you been?
Oh, good. Thank you so much.
Great. And how has your day been? Has it been good?
They've been good. Busy. Doing a few interviews and also been here. So yeah, I'm pushing for the album as well, which I know I'm going to talk about. But yeah, it's been busy, good, but good, productive.
Good. You can talk about the album. I have no problem because that's the number one reason we got you here. But let's go back. For those people that don't quite know a bit about you, I know we celebrated 10 years of you being in the industry, right? That's just huge. I think it's even longer than 10 years, but I mean, you said 10 years, so we'll go with what you're saying. But for people that don't know a bit about you, tell us a little bit about your background and maybe what, started your singing career.
Absolutely. So I'm Desola. I would say I am not your usual gospel artist because of my background. I wasn't born into a Christian home. I just love music, and the music kind of drive where I go growing up. But it wasn't until and whilst I came here, so I'm from Nigeria, I'm a Yoruba girl originally, and I came here to study. But since I've been here, I've just continued studying until just about years into being here. And then I kind of joined a few choirs and being in few music groups. But it didn't make any difference to me until after just about a few years before 2014. I had major challenges in my life, and God had to use music to call me to Him. So the major challenges then
Okay.
meant that I wasn't a Christian. I was just there and was trying to, I wasn't trying to even figure out the solution. I was just trying to get through it and get it out of the way. And that God called me into music. And
Mm.
I'd say music shaped me and gospel transformed me to who
Oh,
people see now.
preach, sister, preach. Ah, that is a love. Oh, that is really great. I mean, uh, there's a lot I could unpick there. Quite a bit that I could unpick. But I think the thing that is so true. I think of many people, to be honest, does not everybody was born in a Christian household. That we're all dragged to the altar or however it was for as kids. Sometimes there's a lot
Absolutely.
of people that do come from other backgrounds. Myself, I had a quite a colorful time.
Oh, wow, wow,
Doing other
wow.
stuff as well. People look at me now, they go, "But you're an elder. You when you came out of the womb, you came out with a Bible and holy water." And I said,
Mhm,
"Nah, if only
mhm,
you knew some of the
mhm,
truth." But I mean,
mhm.
it's good for people to know out there as well. So okay, so
Yeah,
that's what got you into there was something that happened obviously, and that's helped you, or being a Christian, number one, and your music has helped you to be able to transform and get through that difficult time. Correct?
yeah, absolutely, absolutely,
Mm. And
absolutely.
and do you think, or what do you think is a bit of a, it's not a fair question. So how does that now translate to you deciding to be on stage or being a recording artist? Because it's different singing, right, with people around.
It
Yeah.
is, and DJ Val, if somebody
Mm.
had told me then, even 2012, when I started to do like write music, I mean, I love music, so all the Destiny's Child, I would try to change the song, I would try to sing those songs, but they don't mean nothing to me until about that 2012.
Hmm.
So when was about to touch me or transform me, it kind of
Yeah.
spoke through me to music, through a song I wrote called Flying High. So it was the words of that song that meant that, okay, put all your heart and your desire and your focus towards God, and it
Hmm.
will change you. So I then geared my mindset. As at that time, I didn't want to sing. It wasn't to make this record and to be an artist, etc. It was
Mm.
just very much around, okay, I'm gonna do whatever it takes for me to be that businesswoman or
Hmm.
be successful, something that I've always admired to be. But it was I think along the way that people then it was like once God stepped in, then the prophecy and the revelation begins to come and the gift became manifested. So it feels like, okay, there's now a light. So I
Okay.
just
Yeah.
developed this writing skill. I just started to write music. I just started to meet people that does music. So it was from there. And I went to one church one day, and the pastor was prophet. No, God told me, because I didn't know the voice of God before, to be honest. But it was during that time when I started to put my focus, I would hear a little voice that tells me what to do. So if I have a
Okay.
worry, I became a baby. I would just say, "Oh, I don't know what to do here," or "How will I do this?" And I would hear something tell me what to do. So in the process, I had the voice that said to me, "You're going to go into music business." I'm
Okay.
like, "Whoa!" But I thought maybe I would open a radio station.
Oh, competition.
I've never
Aha.
said that before.
Oh, ho.
I'm
I
telling you,
can see. Eh?
it would have, I don't think it would
Desola
happen now, but
FM.
anyway.
Desola FM, eh? Broadcasting around London and the home counties. Tune in for the best in gospel music.
So I thought I was
Okay.
gonna open a radio station, or maybe better still, do something that like a TV station. So I was thinking like similar to MTV Base. So I thought, okay, yeah, that's a dream. I wouldn't lie to you. I started to inquire about it. In fact, I nearly, yeah, but it was after I think weeks then on I went to this church, and the pastor then told me that you're going to go into music business. And after, God told me that He would introduce me to someone that's going to help me establish. Oh, but then they called me for a song. One church called me to sing, and I wanted to do that song. And something again tells me in my heart to do that song. which I would have easily do Mary Mary song or another song. Something
Mm.
tells me my heart to do that particular song
Flying
that
high.
I got, yeah, the song that God
I
told
know it.
me
Yeah.
that changed me. So I thought, okay, I'll do it because it's just easy. I'll just sing, I'll go. But then after I finished that song, people start to ask me, "Oh, when is your record coming out? When is your record coming out? Oh, we love this." I'm like, "Oh, what's going on?" And it's exactly that's how I started. When I got home, Ma tells me, which I believe is God now, tells me I would introduce you to a guy, a man that would help you. So whilst I was talking about that, the man that I met at the event now
Mm.
called me and asked me to come and sing, and that was how I started really. And I
Wow.
did one song, and then I did another song, and I was enjoying. I did the third song, and I did fourth. And DJ Val, to be honest with you, I didn't write none of them on paper.
What?
I, yeah, I never wrote any of that song on paper. Yeah.
How is that possible? How is
So
how?
I will hear something like flying high, and I'll go to the studio. I said, "Oh, I've got a song." So it'll be like a chorus, and once I stand on the mic, the words will come. All the songs, once I start, I would hear like a few lines, and like what has changed in you, I will hear the rhythm, the what has changed in you. And once I get into the studio, verse one, verse two, verse three, bridge.
That's
It
it.
was after when I did the recording that I went to write down what I recorded. I'm telling you.
Whoa.
So that was why I said that the music shaped me because I didn't come from a music background. Like nobody sings in my house, in my
I have to
family.
take my glasses off for this. I'm sorry. This is just
Yeah, and that was how it started, and that was and whilst going through that journey, and the songs were coming like fast. I remember this time I was driving, and I just at this time I'm gonna make it, and I went to and I just said, "Oh, I've got another one," and I'll say it will say, what's the song?" I said, "This time." It's okay. Get on the mic, and I would just sing it. I never planned verse one, verse two, verse three. Never.
wow.
So that was how I started. And I remember my pastor asking me, "Oh, so what are you gonna do with this song?" Because I started to then go to church from there, and I started to get committed. What are
Hmm.
you gonna do? Where are you going with this? I said, "I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm just doing what I know God told
To
me to
do.
do, and
Amen.
wherever He wants me to go, I would go." And and that statement is very, it's still my statement today.
Wow. I mean, that it just goes to show, you know, that stunned me actually what you just said there because most people try and write something down. I know they get an inspiration, but for me, that's just quite unique. I've never heard anybody say that before. They say, "Oh, I
I
heard a
write
chord."
now. I
You
write
write
now.
now. Ah, okay.
The
Well, okay.
second
Praise the
album
Lord.
I wrote,
You've been
the
delivered.
third album I went into a studio's writing session. But that very first one, I felt it was the help of God because
Yeah.
He knew what He wanted me to do,
Uh
and He
huh.
knew that I had no clue.
Hmm.
Literally, I was dead broke when I started music. So He knew what I needed to kickstart,
Mm-hmm.
and He made sure He provided those things to get me off the off the where I was.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think once he felt that I'm not comfortable, then he had started to add few things to me, which then made I started to take a bit more ownership.
Okay. So,
So I
okay, you've
know what
already.
he was doing.
Okay, so you've already said so. 3 albums in, all right, or we were 2 albums. This is the
On the
newest
third
one
now.
that's just come out. So we had Intimacy. I remember that one, and
Rest.
Rest. Yes. Yep. I have both of those albums. I
Yeah.
have both of those. So I've been with you
Oh,
in the beginning.
you
In
have
the
you.
beginning was DJ Val, and the
Yeah.
music
And the
was with
future,
DJ Val.
there will still be video about wherever I go, you will still be with me. 100%. Yeah.
I've been with you every step of the way, and
Mm,
I think that's what
you
kind of
have.
endeared me to you. I don't know how we before we just quickly move on to the to the new project. I often ask myself this question: how did I meet you? And I still don't know. I can't remember.
Me too. Me too. I don't know. Because
It's
as you're saying,
weird.
I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I didn't. I didn't. I don't know.
I don't know if it was through like Facebook or something like that you must have
It must
released or
be.
something. But I always ask that question because I meet a load of people, right? And I always try to trace back how did I,
It
where
must be.
did the
It must
connection
be
come from?
through. Yeah, it
Yeah,
must be through Facebook, and then
yeah,
we then saw each other. I guess
yeah,
maybe step forward. I don't know, but
yeah. Because I apart from the
how
interview,
how we got here, I
and
do not
that
know. But I
in
know
that
we got
first
here.
interview wasn't even a video interview; it was audio. Then I wasn't doing video.
It was audio. It was audio. It was
Oh,
audio. Yeah,
okay.
it was
Anyway.
audio.
That's enough of us reminiscing about that good stuff, right? But the most
Yes,
important thing is we're together.
yes.
For those of you who just joined us, I am with the very talented Desola. Brand
Oh,
new
thank you.
album hit the streets 31st of April, 31st of
No,
March,
no. It came out 4th of April,
4th
fourth
of April.
last
Sorry.
Friday. No,
Yeah,
that's fine. Fourth of
yeah, yeah,
April.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think you
It's
would have received it a bit earlier.
aha, yes, and
Yeah,
that's
but it
really
came out
good.
4th of April.
Anybody else out
Yeah.
there listening, when you're releasing your music, don't give it to me on the release day. Give it to me before so I
Mm-mm.
can enjoy it, and then it gets into my system, and then I guarantee you I'm going to be playing it. People go, oh, where can I get that track from? That's another story for another day. So brand new album, Love and Light, correct?
Yes,
I
love and
got that
light.
right. Give myself a round of applause. Brilliant. Tell us, tell us a bit about this. What is this? I know that I've seen some great videos. Tell us about what is Love and Light.
So, honestly, when I said I was helped by God,
Hmm.
literally, I would, God would tell me stuff. So, like the first album, Rest, before I even finished all this thing I was doing with it, I knew that it would be Rest. Like, I would hear, like, your album title will be Rest.
Hmm.
And I would hear something on the second album, your album title will be Intimacy. I didn't hear that this time. And it
Oh,
was very much, yeah, I didn't. So this one, I actually uh, grew, I would say. I didn't have that,
okay.
like, a spoon feed it
Okay. Yeah, yeah,
at
yeah,
all.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it was very much like I knew I was ready and I
Hmm.
wanted to write music that yeah, just write music, release another album. So I was sort of, okay, let me write this time. Let me create a theme, and I call it love. Like, what do I love love, if
Hmm.
I could say that. I'm like, okay, I love God. So
Hmm.
what about, it's just common that we talked about how we love one another, and these are great, but it would be good. I mean, a lot of the Bible verses talk about how God loves us, but
Yes.
I'm sure we also love Him too. So I'm like, let me
Oh,
write a
yeah.
song
Hmm.
that expresses how I love Him in human form. So that was
Okay.
how I wrote Lily of the Valley.
Beautiful track, by the way.
That was how I wrote Lily of the Valley. So I'm like, I'm
Beautiful
gonna
track.
talk to God. I'm gonna talk to Him like a guy is talking to a girl. So I'm like,
Hmm.
I can't describe how you make me feel. Your love so deep makes my heart skip a beat.
I really do. Again, if you haven't heard Lily of the Valley, we were jamming it here, I think, all last year it came out. And thank you for
Yeah.
sharing everything beforehand. But Lily of the Valley it was beautifully done.
I
Wonderful,
think till
wonderful show.
today, even till the album comes out, it's still the highest stream so far.
Yeah, yeah. It was great. And it had a great video with it as well. So that
Yeah, it
was,
did, it did, it did.
kudos to you on that one. But Lily of the Valley. Okay, so this is about loving God. Okay.
Yeah, so I just wrote that, and from there, I would go into the studio, we sit down, and I would just start writing. So I think after like four, five, six songs, I realized that there was light and there was love that was coming evident in the songs. So I'm like,
Mm,
okay, love and light. And I went back and I said to the producer, I'm like, this album is going to be love and light. I'm like, yeah, I know people say love and light, but yes, it is actually love and light. So after I
mm,
wrote it and I started to then map Bible to it, then the verse that really came to my heart strongly on the song is John 3:16. For
Mm.
God so loved the
Love the
world
world.
that he gave us his only begotten son, that if we
Yeah.
believe him, I say we wouldn't be destroyed, but we would have abundant life. And abundant
Amen.
life is from here, physically, mentally, spiritually, financially, emotionally. And that is relying on the selfless love, the way we feel to one another when we're in love with a person. We're so vulnerable and so baby. And so I really connected with that. And that's the
Mm.
message of the song, like just being relaxed and just rest in this promised love that doesn't change. And then the light, I was reading John 1 4.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and He was the life, and that life
Mm.
was the light of man. I'm like, there you
Mm.
go. So if I follow this guy that we love so much, in
Mm.
him was the light that I am looking for,
Mm-hmm.
because everybody wants to shine. Everybody, anyone, we embraces light.
Yes.
Like the sun is out, everybody seems happy. It doesn't matter what we're thinking. We just want to go out, put on our
Mm-hmm.
best clothes, and just really have fun. And that's what he does for us. It makes us the light. And lights are set on a city that can't be hidden, and meaning
Mm.
that it's attractive.
Mm. Wow. Okay. This one's coming like Bible 101 now
Oh my
for 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 the Bible
God.
scholars out there, you know.
Honestly,
But you
you
know
know, I
what?
can't.
It's good. It's good. You know, sometimes you ask people about their projects and they really don't get why they're doing it. They haven't drawn the analogies, they haven't drawn the connection to
Mm,
to what's happening, and it may not always be a bad thing. Sometimes God gives it that way, and your job is just to get out there and do your thing. But I think this is
mm.
kind of like it seems like it's part of that therapeutic journey that you're on as well.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
seems like it's continuing, right?
yeah. Each album must mean something to me. I must
Mm,
reflect the zone that I am in my life.
mm,
Rest, I was coming from a troubled water. So
mm,
it's the rest. I'm resting.
mm,
And once I rested, I'm growing to know who God is.
mm,
That was why I said that the song changed me. So I'm like,
mm,
now I'm growing to intimately knowing Him. So
mm,
now I know Him and I believe Him and I know the promises He has for me and what I have for Him.
mm,
I'm now embracing His love and sharing that love
mm,
and bringing hope to people that follow this light and this love, and all your troubles, they may not go away
mm,
immediately, but they will go away. And you will, because, again, Psalm 23 doesn't mean that the troubles wouldn't come, but
mm.
you it will be with you and you will walk through them successfully. God business never fail.
So you see, I love what you just did there because that's got to lead me into he never lost the battle. He always
You
wins.
see? Mhm.
Can I be part of your backing team? Did I do okay?
You do well, more than,
You're just being
more
kind. It's
than.
all right. I know it's not my calling. But tell us about never lost a battle. I love that one. I played it. I was saying in our pre-show that I played because there's a remix, right? There's some remixes on the album too. All right, but never lost a battle. Tell us about that. What was the thought behind that one?
you know, I tell you, and I try my best to know you can't really be a Christian and not uh the devil doesn't want us to, but we can't really be a Christian and miss the gems in the Bible,
Mm,
because I call them gems.
mm.
Perfect love casts
Cast down.
out fear.
Yeah.
In fact, the characteristics of fear, the characteristics of the opposite of love, if
Mm-hmm.
or the attributes of fear are part of the things that we feel we don't get with true love.
Amen.
Doubt, rejection, worry, incompetencies, all of those things. But the perfect love of God casts out fear.
Mm-hmm.
So if I have fear, I can rely totally, because He's perfect, He's all
Mm-hmm.
powerful, He's almighty. So yes, that's what I was saying. Like, it doesn't mean that I won't go through the problems, but I know His love is so strong. I
Mm-hmm.
can never lose those battles. They will come.
Never.
Like someone say, this 2025, people worried about their job. A child of God, you're not losing that job. Why? God doesn't want you to beg.
Mm.
You're not going to end up in hospital bed. Why? God loves you so much. He wants you to be able to lift up your hands and dance for Him in church or wherever you go.
Amen.
So it's not going to allow those troubles to come. So
Mm.
even if the battles come, you never lose them. You will never lose them because God is your one with God is majority. So He would be with you. I don't know why I'm going Bible deep today. I swear.
It's because
It would be
you're
with,
you're in company of the elder. That's what it is. You know, that's what
yes,
happens.
yes. It
Everybody
would
just
be
goes, "Oh, I need to go deep
yeah,
today. I'm
no
with him."
matter yeah, no matter how small those challenges is, because it's possible
Mm.
for us to not get to don't know the answer,
Mm.
or we will rely on the power that knows a person with this gems that knows
Mm-hmm.
everything. And the other part, the bridge on the never lost the battle says, your love is strong,
Mm.
my
Mm.
faith is
Mm. Mm.
sure,
Mm.
in
Mm.
you
Mm. Mm.
I
Mm.
find
Mm.
everlasting love.
Mm. Mm.
Love is the ultimate of everything. So my faith is strong. I believe in your word.
Mm-hmm.
Your love is strong because you promised me in John 3:16. And
Mm-hmm.
I know the everlasting love, you won't let me lose.
Mm.
That's where the song is from.
So how long did it take you to put all of this together? Because I was just looking at the
A long
album
time.
list. You've got
A long time.
13 tracks, right?
Yeah, 10 originally and then three remixes.
Okay, and we're still 13. This is okay.
Yeah, they're 13. So yeah,
Still
they're a
13.
little bit different arrangement, really.
So
Yeah.
how long were you working on this?
A long time.
Mm.
Longest. Altogether, so 3.5 years.
Oh, that is
Mhm.
long.
It is long. A little bit of break in the middle. I hope that people that listen to this interview would understand that I'm not
Mm.
preaching a perfect girl.
Mm.
Even whilst being a Christian, I also have shortcomings and I also have challenges. But
Mm.
that promise never fail. So it's not a easy ride. That, oh yes, as I said, I accept Jesus and everything is working. Yes, I still had challenges. So in between, when I started to do recording, I had a major shortcoming, a major. In fact, I thought it would take me a long time to come back. In fact, I nearly ditched this project, but God
You
never
see,
failed.
you can't say things like shortcoming and just go. You're gonna have to elaborate a little bit more.
Yes, yes. So I went through certain challenges, and I
Okay.
actually lost. I didn't lose the faith, but I started to desire the things I felt were important more than
Okay.
God.
I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
started to desire the things that were normal to people. So
Mm.
I think
Mm.
in those desires and chasing them, they made me go backward into the intimacy journey. So okay, I'll go into detail. I think there must be a reason why you're asking, so I'll be honest.
Yeah,
So
because
after
you
I
just
did the,
said it, and I thought, okay, come on,
I
it's
was
okay.
worried. I
You're
didn't want
amongst
to go there.
friends. It's okay. You're amongst friends.
Ah, this is radio. So after I did the concert
Hmm.
Vortex in 2019,
Yeah.
and it was very, very good. I would say probably my most successful. And I thought
Mm.
it was so strong because it was everywhere. It was sold out. It was full of with strangers, really, like different. I mean, if you know Vortex,
Mm.
it's a mainstream stage, and people were drinking, but people were like become God's people at the
Mm.
end. And I really believed that I was strong and I was nothing can happen to me. But no, the devil meant it. After then, I started to feel like, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to. So I was engaged in the wrong business. I was a bit,
Mm.
I would say, duped to an extent. And then
Oh,
from
okay.
there, my finances were affected. And
Mm.
after then, in January, then my beautiful job, I lost the job in January.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
I found another
Mm.
and I recovered them. but they took a lot.
Mm.
And I also probably I would say went into a wrong relationship. I would
Okay.
say. I mean, I'm extremely secret. I don't share those things, but yeah, I went into not so good relationship
Yeah,
that
it's
then did
life.
affect my faith. Yeah. So I think those three became so compounded
Mm.
that I lost who I left at Vortex.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So in the process of Vortex was when I started to put the song together. So in between that time,
Mm.
there was nothing that was happening.
Okay.
So
Mm-hmm.
for a long time. So it was a recovery zone for almost a year and a half. So
Mm.
even when I was now ready, I got another job, but the job became extremely demanding. Like it was consulting, so I was always traveling.
Mm.
And then even my mental state wasn't ready to at a point I would say that I could not even sing. I could sing, but I couldn't hear myself.
Wow.
So it was a major challenge. But I think when I became ready,
Mm.
I then went back to God and I asked Him to help me, to take
Amen.
me back to the Desola that performed at Vortex.
Mm.
That was what I told him, like the Desola that was with him when I did the intimacy concert,
Yeah.
when I did the Vortex concert,
Mm-hmm.
the art that I really loved and really focused on him to take
Mm.
me back.
Mm-hmm.
And he did. He did, bit by bit. And that's where I'm here. So you saw there at the 10th stage, I was moving and I was very emotional. It was those
Mm.
moments that I was remembering.
Oh, you see, now it makes sense. Okay.
It was those moments I was remembering.
Ah,
Because
yeah.
I even remember like one time I could not hear myself at all. And people would hear me sing, but I couldn't hear myself. So I
Wow.
think one day I was traveling to Bista and I was
Mm.
playing Cece Winans Never Lost. And it wasn't my Never Lost about it was Never Lost Cece Winans that I was
Yeah, yeah,
listening to.
yep.
Singing it. And I heard a pop. And that was when I could hear myself. And from there,
Whoa. You
mhm,
see? Ah. That see, so because one of the questions we always ask, right, is what were the challenges when you on the project, okay, making the project, and you know, one obviously because of the length of time, but in that period of time, you're on this road of discovery, going back to where, back to that place with God where you can hear and you can do all that
mhm.
stuff that you wanted to do. Uh-huh. This makes
Yeah,
good sense.
I had to ask him to take me back to the Desola that he
Yeah.
actually told me.
Okay.
Because I knew that I wasn't that person
Mm.
anymore because of those knockbacks that I had and the challenges and the disappointment that and in that shot, TJ Val, yes, I've had problems before. This was so mighty. It
Mm.
really dealt with me. I think one part was the fact that I was feeling guilty. I was disappointed in myself from the
Yes.
level that I thought I was and how God helped me
Mm.
versus who I become. So it was two challenge. One
Mm.
was the desola that really loved God and just would do anything for him
Mm-hmm.
and believe that nothing can change me
Mm-hmm.
to who I thought that God can trust. So those were the biggest thing for me. And I'm like, you know what? God, you know that I messed up and I accept, but just take me back. And I know he had even taken me back, even from the moment that he started to help me with the writing. So essentially, that was why I came back. So all this John 3:16 and the John 1:4 that I was preaching is after.
Brilliant. After the event. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's good. Thank you for sharing that. I think that's such an important part of the story. And it makes for me, I connect with the story that goes with the music. And I'm going to listen to that Love and Light album in a completely different
Yeah,
new space now, because I now know there's a little bit
it
more to the
is.
story as well. And it's always an encouragement. Look, success
Very.
is never a straight line. I can tell you that. You have your
Mm-hmm.
ups, you have your downs. Sometimes you even have your times where you just fall flat on your face.
Mm-hmm.
But the most important thing is to
Mm-hmm.
get back up, get back on and do it. And
Yeah.
that's what you've
I,
done.
I
So,
think, yeah. I say to people, you can listen to everything, but if you want to be free, and to anyone that's ever seen me and admire what I do, they need to look at the grace and mercy of God in me and
mm,
know that they're listening to that song.
hmm,
There's no challenge, and I've seen it all from me, even January 2020, entering the workplace like a very good job, like everybody was them. They singled me out and say, "Your job finished today." And I'm like, what? Like, how low can that be? But God's
mm,
so faithful. You get more and more and more and more
amen.
and more. And the voice you get more and more. With writing, you
Mm,
get more and more. With the voice, you get more and more. With everything, you get more and more.
mm,
So I would encourage people to listen to the album,
mm,
enjoy it, but listen to it because it's transforming, it's upstirring, and it's transformation.
mm.
It's key to freedom.
I think on that note, that's a good place to end. I really think it is. That is brilliant. So tell people how they can get it, obviously, and how they can connect with you as well. Just so I said, that's really important.
Yes, so on firstly, I have a website and it has everything about me, and it's www.desolamusic.com,
Mm,
Desola music.com.
mm-hmm.
And I'm all over social media at Desola Music, so you can find me. I'm not so far to reach. It's the same number name.
No, no,
I'm
not
not
that
so
far to
violent.
reach.
Give me a call.
Call her. Give her a call her on the phone.
I'm not sure on the phone, but I'll do
Oh,
my
okay,
best to
okay,
respond.
okay. You know what I mean, but
But
yeah,
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 but
yeah.
on the music, it's all over social media
Mm-hmm,
platform, digital platform,
mm-hmm.
on Spotify, Amazon, yeah, even on all my social media platforms as well.
Okay.
It's all over there. So thank you so much. I want to thank DJ Val and for all your support. And truly, you have been with me from day one.
I
But
have,
also
right?
to you have,
Mm.
and to every single person that's taking time to listen to a random girl from Chesut. That doesn't probably you can link her to history, to Christianity, and
Mm.
yeah, thank you for trusting without knowing. So and I hope that
Beautiful.
as you listen to my music, God bless you even more.
Got to do some shout outs as well. So I've got to give you a shout out to Marks as well. Thanks so much indeed for Marks
Thank you,
for helping
Max.
us with the connection. Even though we know each other, but he said, "Look, come on, what are you saying, DJ Val?"
Yeah,
And I said, "Of course, bring her
yeah.
on, man. I
Max
love to
has
have
been
her."
from me from day one as well. Max has
Ah,
been with me from day one. Yeah, I met
beautiful.
Max. We went to, as a church choir, we went to sing in one of the events that he was doing then,
Mm.
and I did a solo with the choir, and that's how I met him, and he's just been with me since then,
Ever since,
ever since.
there you go.
Yes.
I
So
knew
thank
there's a
you, Max.
reason why I like that guy, man.
Yeah, it's such it's a spirit. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
brilliant. Anyone else you want to give a shout out to? Any other production team? Any of the other guys that were
Oh,
involved?
Francis Ovi.
Mm-hmm.
Francis Ovi is the production producer on the
Mm-hmm.
album for the main track. And Melo is a Nigerian producer, and he did the Afro beats and my piano mix on that.
Mm-hmm.
Ogo Ajala is she did the vocal production assistant and helped with their
Oh,
vocal
she was at
arrangement with
the
me.
thing as well, wasn't she?
Well, yeah, she's
Yeah,
amazing.
she's a
Yeah, yeah.
phenomenal too.
She's
Yeah,
old.
at the what was it Dove? Not Dovedon, Duggan Centre. What was it called again?
Dugdale, Dugdale
Dugdale
Center.
Centre. Dugdale
Yeah,
Centre up there in
Dugdale.
Enfield,
So
man, for the 10th anniversary. Big night.
yeah.
Big night. Big night.
Thank you,
Mm-hmm.
thank you, sir. So God
Mm,
did the vocal production with me, assisted Francis and assisted me as well. So
mm,
yeah, so I think, but to every music genius in UK, to you, DJ Val, Sir Dave
Thank you.
Paul, Heli, many Nana Church. There's so many eBay, so many and Max, Marcus, Pastor Elo, so many people, Dr.
Yeah.
Precious, so many that's helped me along my way. I mean,
Mm.
I can do this on my own. And to every my sisters, family, and friends and children, and everybody, thank you,
Oh, bless.
thank you, thank you
Yeah,
to
special
everybody.
shout going out there to Dr. Precious Toe. She was amazing at the
She's also
at the
like
10th
me from day
anniversary.
one.
She is hilarious. I'm telling you, the woman is just so funny, so
Please,
funny.
please,
But another
please.
gifted woman of God as well. Listen,
Absolutely.
we are clean out of time, but thank you so much indeed. God bless you. And
Thank
yeah,
you.
we are going to enjoy love and light, and we're going to be lighting our love and loving with our light and doing all of that great stuff. So thank you
Absolutely.
so much indeed, my dear. All right.
Thank
Take
you.
care. God
Bye,
bless.
everybody.
Bye.